I'm not sure if this is just me, but every time a new anime season comes around, there's always one anime I pick up later than the rest that ends up being a sublime surprise. This fall season, this show was Tonikaku Kawaii, and honestly, I'm not sure why I overlooked it initially. Maybe it's because I was trying to recover from the last romantic comedy I'd watched, which was pretty shit. Indeed, Tonikaku Kawaii pushes past all the problems I had with Rent-A-Girlfriend and delivers a genuine blend of comedic and cozy wholesome moments. So as people are comparing these shows, at least that's what I've gathered from a few YouTube comments I've read, I thought I'd begin by basically addressing why Tonikaku Kawaii is better in every way. Let's start with the protagonists. Kazuya and Nasa may seem similar in the sense that they are both kind of perverted and dim-witted, but I'd say there's one key difference that actually makes Nasa-kun a good character and Kazuya basically terrible. Nasa has empathy. He genuinely loves Tsukasa and sees her as someone special. He doesn't just jump between which girl he likes every 5 seconds. Kazuya isn't a relatable character, not if you're a decent human being anyway, whereas I feel we can understand and thus connect with Nasa's weird actions because, well, he has a pretty amazing wife. But the biggest difference between Tonikaku Kawaii and Rent-A-Girlfriend is Tonikaku has romantic beats that feel completely authentic, and not only is it really sweet, but it actually feels like it's going somewhere. Rent-A-Girlfriend just feels like the exact same thing every episode. That ends this mini rant on why Rental is bad. To get a good idea of why Tonikaku Kawaii works so well, you really have to start with the fundamentals of what makes for great anime comedy, because it nails these principles. Firstly, there's the character designs. They're universally simple, utilising flat colours and minimal line art. This carries the major benefit of allowing the visual comedy to feel naturally fluid and bouncy. It also means basic emotions like confusion or disgust can be intensified, which in itself can make jokes hit harder. Even with the simplicity, there's enough detail to achieve a clear distinctiveness between characters, and each is designed in a way that allows them to display their personality traits really well. Keeping on the subject of simplistic choices that go a long way, I've got to mention the effect overlays. In Tonikaku Kawaii, they're used at just the right frequency as to not feel obtrusive. The way blushing is handled, simply using pink lines across a character's face, allows us to focus on facial features to identify the intricacies of an emotional display. Best of all though, this is a series which understands and fully utilises the anime medium to do things you really can't do anywhere else. Here's an example from episode 3, when our couple is discussing food, Tsukasa compares Nasa's methods to science. When he reacts, he pops on screen in a lab coat carrying flasks. You couldn't really do this in live action, at least not in the same way. In reality, you can't pull off a costume change in 5 seconds. There are examples of this scattered throughout Tonikaku Kawaii, and it's something I'll praise to no end because it's so resourceful. The directing is also just consistently creative. One of my favourite showcases of this is at the beginning of episode 5, when Nasa and Tsukasa are shopping for a TV. Asking if Tsukasa prefers picture or sound quality, she replies positioned in front of a large television screen, which is used as the background. This not only adds a goofy impact to the scene, it feels genuinely more free-flowing, and well, it's pretty cute too. So the last thing I want to mention before wrapping things up is the characters of Tonikaku Kawaii, as they are just wonderful. It's been a while since I've adored an entire cast to this extent. Tsukasa is simply a gem, my favourite for sure. The way she typically acts reserved and calm, yet gets intensely passionate about the things she cares about is adorable. Nasa is an interesting klutz who is actually pretty comedic himself, not only relying on awkward situations brought about by others. Then there's the supporting cast, and I have to give a shout out to the best, Kaname. She's cheeky, mischievous, and just generally always fun on screen. So from the title of this video, if not, then from everything I've just said, you'll know I'm very fond of Tonikaku Kawaii, and I do believe it's pretty much the ideal rom-com anime. What makes for an ideal rom-com? Well, it's gotta be funny, obviously, romantic, charming, and cute. And all of this can be found here. Tie this all up with the mystery surrounding Tsukasa, and you have such an enjoyable show that I cannot recommend enough. I've been Russ, and have a great night or day.